Stone soup. Two beggars arrived in a town near a brook, but they had not a morsel of food left to cook. "I'll go to the town," said the first beggar man, "and I'll ask for a portion of beans in a can." He went all around and was asking for beans, but the town folk said no, which was rather mean. So back to the brook went the first beggar man. He held out both hands and said, "Got no can." "Don't worry," the second poor beggar man said, "for soon we'll have soup and some lovely fresh bread. So stoke up a fire with a saucepan on top, and gather some water and boil up a rock." "A rock?" said the second. "I don't understand." "Trust me. Just make sure that you wash off the sand." Before long, the men had a dazzling fire, and out from the church came the town's finest choir. "You're cooking," one girl from the choir had said. "Stone soup," said a beggar. "We just need some bread." "Stone soup?" asked the girl. "It's simply absurd." "It's lovely," the man said. "Have you never heard?" "I want some," the girl then said to the man. "If you get me some bread, when it's done, then you can." The girl quickly ran off to gather some bread, while the choir still wondered at what the man said. "It might need some stock," the beggar man chirped, and he sipped the stone soup, licked his lips, and then burped. "I'll get some," a woman had said rather loudly. Then off to the town she hopped rather proudly. "Potato," the scruffier beggar man said. At that point, the girl arrived with the bread. A man ran away to fetch up a spud, while the throng grew still bigger and stood in the mud. "This stone soup smells great. Yes, a wonderful treat. But I think it could do with a little more meat." The beggars spoke nonsense, and nonsense galore, but the town folk still gave the beggar men more. The pot was quite full, and the soup smelled so nice. Then the vicar's wife said that she'd go get some rice. The soup was now done, and the food was dished out, and all of the crowd gave a wonderful shout. "A triumph! Outstanding!" They all took a swig, and the beggars both ate till their bellies were big. In the end, the pot lay with the stones still inside, and the beggars stood up and said loudly with pride, "These rocks are quite useless," and tossed them aside. And the town folk looked, and they gasped, and they cried. You wouldn't have soup if you only had greed. If you all learned to share, how much more could you feed? So just try to listen to this sound advice. When you learn to share, what you get will be nice.